You living different, man.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, you highly blessed and highly advised and highly favored.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
50. Go on, hit that 50. Yeah, that's gonna be the intro to that episode, Nigel. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? You checking it out? It's Spence from the Highly Advised Podcast. This is episode 47, the place of combat sports and motherfucking hip hop. So I'm with a couple friends right now, just checking in, seeing how y'all week's been going. We got a couple things to talk about, a lot of interesting stuff, to be honest with you, and a few good topics from this past week. So, you know what I'm saying? With no further ado, let me bring in a couple of my brothers. Lau, Nigel, what's up?
Yo. What's up? Shouts out to, Big Dog Spence. Shouts out to the legend Nigel. It's your boy Big Cozy, Too Cozy, aka the motherfucking main event, aka the motherfucking guy, the only guy that matters. So shouts out to the listeners. Matter of fact, aka my motherfucking fans. So what's up, y'all?
What's going on, y'all? This is Relaxing Noji _Jackson. I am back with my compadres yet again, and we are here doing the show. If y'all could do us a favor, or matter of fact, it's not really a favor. It's something you have to do, or else we will break your neck.
Yes.
Add us on Instagram at Highly Advised Podcast.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter at Advise Highly. Go to the YouTube and subscribe to our page, or else we are breaking your fucking neck. We're busting down your door, we're breaking your neck, and we're watching your TV and eating your snacks. That's what the fuck we're doing.
Woo!
Jeez,
the motherfucking champs that run the goddamn camp. Let's go.
Yeah, we started this thing. Talk about a way to start your Sunday with a Kirk Franklin quote, man.
Wow, who would have thought? That's wild. How have y'all been? What have y'all been doing this week?
I've been pretty good, man. Taking it easy, just trying to get through the week day by day. You know what I'm saying? Guys, grading my paper straight. So what else could I ask for?
That's good, yourself? Man. That's good, actually. It's tax season, so everybody do your taxes for sure. I almost forgot to do the shit, but I, was able to drop my shit off. So I don't give a fuck about a return. I just don't want to owe. That's
because trust me. That's the person that's gonna kick down your door and break.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. They will break your neck.
Tax,
yeah.
Yeah. You will put yourself in so much issue.
Yeah. But
like yo, Cozy, I think you need to go sit down and do some time real quick.
That's not too cozy at all. Huh?
No.
It's like, yo, here, how much money you want?
Yeah, sounds very stiff if you ask me. So, but the weather is getting a little better. Still a little chilly, but it ain't that bad. So, everything's looking good so far. This past week ain't bad. Just looking forward to the next week, which should be a good week. So we'll see how things go. So, how about you, Nigel? How was your week, man?
Still resting and relaxing, doing what I do, work. I haven't really been doing much of anything because, I'm still waiting for this leg to get better. But, hopefully I get better news tomorrow and I will be able to put some pressure down on this bitch. And then if I am, life will be a little bit better.
Man, asking about the leg, man, I was about to say, inform the listeners, is your leg still flopping around like jelly or is everything good?
It's not flopping around anymore. Thankfully for that. The ankle's a little sore. I feel some soreness, definitely throughout the day, but otherwise, I can't say that I'm in, the worst in pain. I'm moving around. You saw me on the fucking crutches. I was really getting it the other day. It was just moving like I was, trying to attack somebody. That's how fast I was moving, Spence. You didn't see it.
Oh, so you could cross somebody up on the court right now.
I wouldn't want to see somebody on the court right now. That's what I'm saying.
So you telling me someone wouldn't want to see you on the court right now, pretty much. That's all. That's what you're saying. You saying it sound like you're gonna be crossing them up.
I'm saying I'm getting so good with the boot and the crutches that I don't want to be out there for anybody else's sake.
Oh man.
Shit.
You putting that type of that's the type of pressure you putting down. I see.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm calling it like I see it.
Hey
Pressure's
man,
on the neck, man.
Yeah, that's good energy you're giving off, man. Because I was like, damn, that nigga did a number on you. But now you bounce back hard. But so tell us how the rematch is gonna go.
Probably kind of like Edwards Muhammad, better in my chances, I would say. Better hope. Unlike him, I got a broken leg. He got a poke in the eye. Bilal Muhammad, to be specific about actually what happened last night. He got poked in the eye by Leon Edwards in the second round.
Yep, second.
A UFC fight night, right?
Yeah, UFC fight night. He got poked in the eye in the second round. They had to call a no contest. The fight was over. It was kind of, sad for Leon Edwards is the way I felt, because, he's been waiting for about a year to, actually fight, get back in the race for the title, and, something unfortunate happened, and I hope he can bounce back quickly.
The fight looked like it was going well. Leon was opposing his will. He clearly took the first round. The second round looked like he was going to take it again until the eye poke. And it sucks for both parties, because I felt like the fight was going to start picking up as well, because they were moving kind of fast paced. So it sucks. Will it be ran back, in my opinion? I don't know. This one's actually up in the air, because Leon didn't really have to fight him, but he only did it because it was a short notice fight and Hamzat fell out. The whole card, though, it was kind of exciting. There was knockouts left and right. It was like, oh, shit. So it got to the main event pretty quickly, which I was happy about. And, of course, the main event ended anticlimactically, but it's all good, though. And hopefully both fighters either run it back or both get good fights moving forward.
I'm with you on that. Like, even I watched some of the card last night, and they were like, I was pretty impressed for the most part. Definitely, there was a couple of knockouts I saw that definitely made a good highlight reel for from last night's fights. But I was kind of upset from seeing the end result of Edwards and Muhammad. Funny enough, I fell asleep and woke up as they were coming to the decision. And I was just like, well, I have to watch the fight in the morning, but I'll see who won at least, right? And when I saw no contest, I was shocked. So then going back and seeing what happened, it was kind of unfortunate because of this. Who knows, they may run it back. But I feel as though Edwards should probably be looking for other prospects, because it's not like it was intentional. So
real quick, wow, how do you see Dan Ige after that knockout last night? Do you see him as a solid contender or on his way?
Solid contender. He's easily top 10. He just needs to find some more top 10 guys, and then from there we'll see him rise up the ranks. Maybe rematch Cater or fight somebody above Cater. But Ige is on the rise. I would say he's somebody to watch out for. Honestly, he may be a nominee for our motherfucking prospect of the year. Yeah. And here's a cheap plug for the fans. Hey, we're doing Highly Advised Podcast MMA Awards, but that's, of course, late this year, very early next year. So we'll let the fans know more about it as the year comes along. But anyway, yeah, I was impressed with Dan Ige. He knocked the dude out in what, 15 seconds?
Yeah, it was like 20 seconds. The way I saw it, it looked so much faster because the way he hit him and he was automatically just unconscious. It was kind of crazy to see that happen like that. And even Daniel Cormier, he was just like, oh, that happened in 5 seconds. This was the way it felt. But there just wasn't much to the fight. He got hit once and he was out cold. Like a light.
That was one of the knockouts I was talking about, man.
What were you thinking when you saw us, Spence?
I was just like, what? I was just shocked. That was it. I was just like, you connect with someone that quickly and he just dropped flat. It's not, you just get left speechless. It just makes me say, he's someone to keep on your radar now at this point. Just from saying something like that. It's like, now it's the question of, let's see what you can do in your next fight. Will it be the same result, or if you got to go in deeper waters, will you handle yourself? So,
yeah, but 50K definitely earned himself an extra 50K last night. Now, it was a good performance from him. I wonder what would have happened if he extended I was going to say, if that fight was extended, I wonder what's going to happen. Kind of like when Tom Brady extended his fucking contract. What's going to fucking happen? Because Tom, he's like, hey, I'm not going to take the option. I'm just going to resign for 4 years. Going past the age of 45 where he said he was going to retire. So meaning that he has strong faith that he's going to win 1 or 2 more Super Bowls.
So I think one of 2 things happen before we see him retire, right? With him playing 4 more years. How old is Tom Brady right now?
I think he's like 42,
40,
man.
42, 43.
I'll
look it up.
42, 43, some shit like that. It doesn't matter. So long story short, he's going to be playing until he's either 46 or 47. So in my opinion, I either say we see some type of fall off, strong fall off, or we see some type of injury that might not be so serious, but he's fucking in his 40s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, most athletes can't do that, especially a game as violent as football. Like, I just don't see him playing out the full 4 years of this contract. Like, you know what I mean?
I see him
40. He'll be 44 in August.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
Say
see
no
him
more.
winning. I could see him winning one more Super Bowl though within the 4 years. I could see him winning one more, but I can't see him winning 2 or 3 more.
Like Tom even said before he turned 40, he was like, "Yeah, I'll stop playing when I'm like trash." Someone coming off of a Super Bowl win at 43, he's probably saying like, "Yo, I can do this again." He probably thinks he can at least get 1 or 2 more in.
Yeah.
I'll just have to see. I have to see what Tom can do. To be playing until you're 48, almost 50, pretty much. He's changing the rules to some extent of like what at like of a quarterback. Like he's literally extended the life of a quarterback by almost like 15 years, pretty much.
Yeah. He's changing the way they're getting paid for real. So, I mean, every quarterback should be they should want Tom Brady to play until he's like 60, because like how much do you think they value Patrick Mahomes if he's only in his 20s and Tom Brady sitting there doing it till he's 40s? Now, mind you, like, not everybody's going to be Tom Brady, but like at the same point in time, I'm sure they want them to be, you know what I mean?
It will set up a different outlook for quarterbacks now. I think it's going to just come down to how someone takes care of themselves, because that's at the end of the day, that has to be it. That plus he must have one hell of a line that protects him, along with other allegations people put. But I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see how, when he retires and he gives away the secret sauce of how he kept himself in the game for so long. I think that's going to be like the real question. That's going to be the determining factor of like what extends the life of a quarterback.
Tom, he's definitely writing a blue book, or blueprint is the better terminology. I mean, of, hey, if you want to win championships, you shouldn't be worried about the money. Take the pay cut. You're getting paid millions anyway, and that franchise owner, he's going to make sure you get paid. But if you got to take a pay cut to win some rings, it's going to pay you off in the long run. And greats like LeBron do it as well. So even though he's not winning as often as Tom, but you know, he's reaching the big dance just like Tom. So shouts out to Tom for that. But listeners, unfortunately, even with greats that's winning like Tom Brady, this past weekend, we had a great that has passed away in the world of sports. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, one of the 4 pinnacles or 4 kings, as you could say, in the world of boxing, the middleweight boxing back in the 80s. He has passed away at the age of 66. His wife, she announced on Facebook saying like, hey, my husband has passed away. And everybody now is sending their condolences and everything. I don't have much to say because Marvelous Marvin was definitely before my time. So looking back through history, you could see how great he is, especially that great fight between him and Hitman Hearns, that one round where they were just trading blow for blow nonstop. So RIP to a legend. Shouts out to him and his family. Condolences for sure. You're definitely one of the highlights of boxing, and why people love boxing. You know, you are a great example of why boxing was a great sport. So shouts out to you, RP, and hopefully that your family can get through it, and they could transition and move to the next chapter of life.
Yeah, absolutely. You said pretty much everything I could think of for the most part, because it is unfortunate that he's passed, but it's also gives us a moment to actually highlight like some of the highlight moments of his career from a fan perspective. It's sad that he's left, but at least it's great that he left a legacy behind him that will always be a topic of conversation. So yeah. Rest in peace, and my condolences to his family.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Y'all said everything that I possibly could have said, but what I will say is that you know, definitely he was known for great things, and some legends are known for bad things. And Lyle, you told me to watch Dark Side of the Ring, and there happened to be an episode about well-known wrestler named New Jack and some of the events that happened in his life. And listeners, we have another review for y'all. This is something that you should watch. And we're going to get into some spoilers real quick because this shit is crazy.
Whew. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. New Jack. So here's a little precursor before we start explaining certain stuff. New Jack, for the listeners who don't know, he's a former hardcore wrestler. He used to wrestle for ECW, and he used to wrestle for other like promotions that may not be as popular as ECW, but he's known for his hardcore and extreme takes and matches, like throwing people off of big. There we go.
Yeah,
cutting people the fuck up and shit. And his persona that he lived in the ring, that's the same persona he lived in real life. And when you watch this documentary, people will be like, "Hey, I don't know the difference between him in the ring and him in real life," because he definitely blurs the lines of like this is real or fake, you know. And yes, we all know pro wrestling is scripted, it's no secret. So but he would definitely push that fucking line. And that might be the reason why he never was able to go into the WWF or WWE, whatever.
Nah.
Because of how much he pushed the fucking line.
There's no way in hell Vince McMahon was going to bring somebody in who like had attempted murder on camera a few times. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. Like I was saying, I was talking to Gilroy and I was just like, if he got to the WWE, he might have just pulled out a gun on somebody and shot them in the ring. You know what I mean? That's not professional wrestling. That's just murder. You know what I mean? Like, that's just murder. And like you see, if you watch the documentary, listeners, like you see multiple things he did. And I'll just speak on one. Like there's a kid. He was actually a child, a minor who was in the ring with this guy. And he took a knife and sliced him open after wrestling him and just saying, "I hope this fat fuck dies in here," and just like all types of shit. Like he was not a safe guy.
Well, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Time out.
I missed something, didn't I?
Yeah. No, you didn't. Yes, you did.
Okay,
Now, I'm not saying he's right, but I will say this. Let's give the pretext to all of this, right?
Oh, you're trying to defend him. Okay, I'm ready for this. Go ahead.
Nah, because we're in the thick of things now. So like anybody that's listening, they should have been off because it's the spoilers.
Right.
Like that kid was wrestling in another promotion, got asked to come up to wherever promotion he was at, where New Jack was at. And he got in the ring. The kid, Eric, he got in the ring. No one asked any information. He was not aware that this kid was really 17, for one, right?
Yeah.
And then the kid proceeded also before they got in the ring, backstage. What would you do? He was like, "Yo, so I want to get a little bit of offense in, so I'm gonna throw you off a ladder, throw you through a couple tables. You know, let me just get some rounds in real quick." He said, "I'm gonna kill that guy."
Yeah, he wasn't fucking bad.
Yeah,
at all.
that part was like, I was like, yeah, that's excessive. But he was like, "Yo, you don't ask a legend that. That would be like you going up to like your highest leadership and being like, "Yo,
this is what I'm gonna do."
No, that'd be like telling your boss, "Hey, can you get them notes to me from the meeting earlier today?"
What made me laugh was like his partners up there. They were like, "Yeah, you know." His partners were like, "Yeah, you know, Eric, he went in there and he left us behind. Like it was supposed to be like a 3-man group, and he was like, 'Yo, fuck this! Like they're asking for me,' so he just left them behind. And after that, they were like not fucking with him at all. Like, which I mean, can you blame them? You know what I mean? They drove from like Florida to New York and then got like, you know, kicked to the side essentially.
Yeah, but even then though, I guess that's like the karma of it because I'm not gonna hold you. He did trip out. Like New Jack did trip out with that one because New Jack definitely was like, he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, we all keep little razor blades to do the little cuts." Yeah. He was like, but now he's like, I hit him with something, and then I took the razor blade out, and I was like, do something they never seen before, and I just started cutting him like he was a piece of bacon. I'm like, damn, like that was like I guess that's like it's not the best kind of karma, but I guess that was like his karma from that whole thing.
Yeah.
That kid said he couldn't feel like his whole face or nothing, pretty much.
Yeah, and then he actually eventually died like a couple of years after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked New Jack about it, and he was like, "I didn't fucking kill him."
And I'm like,
yeah, like that's the thing about him that you could tell the guy is traumatized because remember he was saying like he saw his dad shoot his mom and then stab his mom and shit. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That can fuck a kid up mentally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He was only like 3 when that, like, because he said his dad died before he was 5. So he was only like 3, like 2 to 4, whatever, 2 to 5, seeing all of this. That'd mess up like a whole kid's mentality.
Yeah.
The shit that had me dying was when he threw the dude off the top of that scaffolding. That shit was funny. Like because he said, yeah, I tased him, and he was like, hey, I can't feel my legs. And he's like, you're not gonna need him, and just threw his ass off. Like tried to kill this man, like for real. Like, you know what I mean?
But at the same time, right? He did tell they agreed on this before, right? And then when they got up there, he was like, yo, New Jack, I can't do it.
Oh,
No,
that was before
that's the
that.
scaffold.
No, that was before that. That was the incident that happened that made him try to kill him.
Yeah.
Nah.
So there was 2 incidents. One, they're on this high ass shit, and then they were supposed to jump off together, but the guy kind of backed out. You know, he was shitting his pants. Realized like, hey, this is not good for our health. But New Jack was like, fuck you. We're not gonna on 3. We're gonna jump. So New Jack, he pulls him down, he jumps, but he fucks himself up,
Cracks
and
his skull or something.
right. He cracks his skull, and he felt like, hey, I cracked my skull because you fucking hesitated. Like, no, like that's not how it goes, man. Like you guys went up there, and he realized, like, yo, this is not worth our health. And then so New Jack took that in revenge and kind of like, yo, fuck you. Once we rematch, I'm gonna get him. And he got him, all right.
Was playing no games with this guy. Like wrestling him was like kind of like a risk. You know what I mean? He went from that to fucking stabbing the other dude in the hotel.
Yeah. But the dude he stabbed ended up being like, yo, we can make this a thing. Like,
yes.
Him wrestling for ECW, and also that remember that I can't remember the name, but the promotion that he was wrestling for before ECW when
Smoky Mountains or something.
Yeah, when he reenacted the Rodney King beat.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
That was wild. Like he was just a real wild dude, man. And for me to wrestle somebody like him, I would be like, yo, I don't know what you guys got to do, but I can't do it. It's very unpredictable. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. You may be wrestling him, he'll throw you off the ropes, and you bump into him the wrong way. He's going to be like, hey, fuck this. I'm going to go off script to hurt this guy. And that's very dangerous to me because I'm like, because if I get affected by that, I'm like, yo, man, we're going to have real life beef. And this is going to go way beyond the fucking ring because like, there's no reason why I should fear that you're going to stab me in the middle of the match. Because you don't like the way I twisted your arm while we're holding each other. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. Cause he definitely said like, oh, he's really trying to turn me right now.
Yeah.
He said, then I just pulled out my knife and I just started stabbing him. I'm
9 times.
Like someone like that is like a complete liability. Like that, it explains why like a complete liability. Like, and I'm with you on that because like someone like that, I can't wrestle because of that same situation, right? So like the only person I think I would have loved to see him wrestle would have been Mick Foley. That's the only person.
I thought you were about to say Kirk Franklin. I was like, what? It's like, you got this like really bad guy and this really like Christian guy, you know what I mean, going at it in the ring, like good versus evil almost.
Man. Yeah.
Nah, that Kirk Franklin thing is crazy, man.
Explain it for the listeners.
I woke up one morning and I saw Kirk Franklin apologizing. So apparently him and his son, his oldest son, that's like 33.
I can play the audio.
Got into it.
No, the audio's a little shitty, but
all right.
Yeah.
Like, well, go ahead, my bad.
But anybody that wants to see it, they can look it up. But Kirk Franklin ends up getting into it with his son. They have an argument, and he's cussing his son out. He's calling him all types of bitches and saying like, "Yo, I'll put my
Break his
foot up your
fucking
ass."
neck.
Yo, he did say he was gonna break his son's neck, and I'm like, fam, this was crazy to the point that he ended up having to make a public apology about like the conversation between him and his son.
Listeners, the cat is out the bag with this Kirk Franklin shit. He cusses. You know, this gospel singer, legendary gospel singer, you know, he's very positive, hardcore Christian. Well, surprise, surprise, everybody who's good at heart cusses. So I didn't see the need for him to apologize. You know, I think it's just more important, like, hey, should parents be cussing at their children and talking to them any type of way? I'm like, do you guys think that a parent should do that? Or do you think that the parents shouldn't be doing that? I think it's a balance. I think it depends on the situation. Like, I don't believe in insulting your children, like calling them like, oh, you fucking bitch, or you dumbass nigga. I don't think you should talk to your children like that. But if you know, in a form of discipline, like, yo, I'm gonna break my foot up in your ass because, like, you know, they're being stupid or hard-headed, that's different. But because you don't literally mean you're gonna stick your foot in their ass, you know what I mean?
I feel you on that. Like, I think to me, I look at it like this. I just want to put this out there. It doesn't mean anything. Take it for what you want. His son is 33 years old. So, like, this is a conversation between him and another man who happens to be his son. It's that. And then, secondly, I'll be honest with you. Like, that's their family business. Because, like, to me, I can't say, I'm not going to be the measuring stick for, like, how people deal with family situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I mean, I'm the measuring stick of the culture. I understand that.
Just
But,
not the
like,
measuring stick for other people's families. I get it. I get it.
Exactly. I'm not Aeon Vanzant. Like that, I leave that to professionals. So like, it's not like it's like a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old or someone that's not 18 or 19 or 20 that can separate themselves from you, right? So I just look at it like this. Like, I don't think he should apologize because it's his family's business. And you only hear like anything on social media. We only hear like 15 seconds of something and then form an opinion around that whole 30 seconds of what could have been a 45-minute argument.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just think I feel like the world we live in is crazy how, like, because of a personal matter, they'll push you to, oh, you have to apologize for how you have a conversation with your family. That's not meant to be seen by the public.
You know, I think that because he's talking to his son, it's none of my business. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, I see it is people are going to talk to their kids or their family members like any type of way they're going to talk to them, and I stay out of that. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. That's just the way I go around. But like, the way I see it is like you taking care of your kids, you taking care of your pets, like you taking care of your family. Like, I don't really fuck with any of that. You know what I mean? However you decide to do that, that's your business.
Right, but here's the thing though. Like, do you guys agree, like, hey, this man, he's providing for his entire family, but he beats the living shit out of his kids when he's angry? Is
Nah.
that
Nah.
That's crazy.
Or this man, he provides for his family, but he really verbally degrades, you know, his children, like they're fucking idiots and they'll never amount to him and all that. Do you think that's okay? Like
No.
it's not our business or nothing like that. And I'm not saying that you gotta play superhero to every family, because
Right.
that's not our job. But what I'm saying is just that I don't think it's okay for there's a certain way to talk to your kids when you're upset. There's a certain way to definitely discipline them, because I believe kids should be disciplined or they're gonna grow up to be fuck ups. I think that you shouldn't fucking degrade them or insult them, because that fucks them up mentally too. It has nothing to do with this PG soft snowflake shit that these pussy ass people love to use that narrative as a fucking excuse. It just, it's true. Like, when you're raising children, you shouldn't talk down on them, because they're going to grow up thinking like that's what they are, or they're going to grow up doing that to others. And people got to watch out for that shit.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that what you said is true, and I think that Kirk Franklin was going a little overboard personally. You know, like only he said he's gonna break his son's neck, and da 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 da. Like now, I mean, mind you, I'm not sure how he talks to his kids on like a good day. You know what I mean? But I would assume that something real serious happened in order for him to like be essentially saying like he's gonna fuck up his son like for real is what it sounds like. But I mean, it's just I don't know. Of course, you shouldn't talk to your kids, your family, anybody, any type of way. But
man, he was just reading a something from the Bible. That's why I just was breaking that.
He was excited. What verse was that? That shit sounded crazy. I'm gonna break your fucking neck.
It's Austin 3:16.
Austin 3:16.
What were you about to say, Spencer?
Steve Austin wrote it. Oh, man. So like back to what I was saying, I agree there where you shouldn't allow like I don't agree with talking down to kids because like you said, it does affect them mentally, right? So that from that standpoint, I definitely agree. But I also would say like that's just from like raising a kid and everything like that. But when it comes to like the conversation between a 50 some odd year old father and his 30 plus year old son, and he uses that language, I can't really say like it's not my business to say if it's wrong or right because I can't even judge Kirk Franklin off of it only because it's only what his son put out there. I don't know what the conversation was prior to, or even if maybe he may have like one of the best relationships. He may live a house. He may have a household similar to one Jada, right? Where they sit down and talk to their kids the whole time. And then you might have one of those kids because in Kirk Franklin's words, he said, this child is he's brought nothing but toxicity to our family throughout his whole, I don't know what the whole story is. There's a backstory there that we don't know.
Right.
So like, I don't know. I leave it at like, that's his business because it's an adult. Now, if it was him talking to like a 10-year-old child,
a little different.
If his child was like 10 years old and he's like, yo, I'll break your neck and like, I'll put my foot up you and, oh, you'll never be anything. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Cause then that's when like, that's a moment when like, oh, you can bring social services into this. But
yeah.
But when it's like a 50 plus year old man talking to a 33-year-old man, cause to have that type of dialogue with your son, you probably don't look at him as your son, like, or you don't look at him with the same, you look at him as a man at the end of the day as well.
Right. They need to fight. So, like, that's what they need to do. Like, fuck all that. They just need to fight.
I mean, would you fight your dad if he was talking to you crazy, Nacho?
Hey, Dad, I know you're listening to us right now. Like, Dad, like maybe we have to get it in,
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
Listen, man. So that's like your first goal after you heal up with your leg?
Yeah, me and my dad are gonna go at it. Old Jackson versus young Jackson for the podcast.
Yeah, that could be a Thanksgiving event.
Yeah. That could be a Thanksgiving event. Who will be the head of the Jackson family? You or your dad?
Have Benny the Butcher playing in the background, Thanksgiving playing in the background.
What'd y'all think of that song?
I didn't even, honestly, for real, I haven't even had a chance to listen to it. Like, just been running around this week. So, matter of fact, while y'all talk about it, I'm about to just listen to it real quick. All right.
The song, I thought the song was pretty dope. I like it. Here's my thing, and this could be like a real critique type of deal. This song definitely sounds like, hey, I want to listen to this when I'm listening to the project as a whole, right, versus just listening to it standalone. And that's okay. That's all right. Because not every song needs to be like, hey, this is a single song. Like, I think this song, I mean, of course we have to listen to the project, which drops on a Friday, but that's my first thought process of it. Outside of that, though, I think the song is dope. Will it get play and all that stuff? I think it'll get play and love on the East Coast, but I don't know if it's going to be that type of song where motherfuckers are going to be talking about it charting and shit like that.
Yeah, no, it's a good song. Like it sounds good. It sounds like good production from Harry Fraud, and of course, like Benny the Butcher's killing it as usual. So I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I wonder, who the other features and whatnot are going to be on this project. You know, how many, what it's going to be like 10 tracks, right?
No, I think it's gonna be the same as the first one, like 8 songs.
Like I listened to it. It's a pretty good song. It it definitely similar to like what Lau said. I think it's gonna be one of those songs I gotta listen to like with the whole album. But you know the title, like the listing is out though, right? For like the title
Mm.
for the album. Like he has Chinks on here, Chinks Drugs, I guess,
Yeah,
on here. Two Chains, Fat Joe, and Ricky
French,
Hyde.
French
And then he
Montana.
has French Montana and Jim Jones, which I'm interested to hear because you know the beef they had for years. So I mean, I think I'm just gonna wait to see what happens with it. Hopefully, because this comes out what
The
next
ninth,
week,
the
the ninth.
19th,
Tomorrow for the
19th.
listeners.
Okay,
Yeah, tomorrow for the
tomorrow.
listeners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, never mind. I was gonna say because I was hoping that maybe the joint with him and Drake would drop before this, so then he could just run off that coattails. But
Yo, what if, right? Benny drops this and yada yada blah blah blah. But the next song for Certified Lover Boy, Drake has a record with him at Benny, and that will lead to a record with Benny and Drake on like Tana Talk 4 or whatever he's gonna name the next album. Like I'd be like, at this point, guys, you gotta do like a little joint project together, you know, and it don't gotta be big, maybe like 10 songs. Like I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. You know, we'll get rapping Drake, of course, none of that shit. And then, you know, of course, we'll get Benny, but it will also help put Benny on because, you know, once you get the Drake cosign, you skyrocket.
yeah, I mean, I think I would have to hear it first to know
Okay.
how much I would want of like a full project with just them two.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like polar opposite in terms of like artistry, like
Okay.
similar but opposite in terms of term of the context that they rap about. So
Yeah.
I would be interested in hearing that, but like I do think if that Benny song is on Certified Lover Boy, it's gonna take Benny to a whole nother planet. Like even if it's like even if it has the same impact as it did with like gigs on
Right. On the more life shit. Yeah.
yeah, gigs and even Skepta, like it like I think it'd take him to another level because he was already on his way. Benny's already on his way anyway.
Yeah.
So but with Certified Lover Boy, like I think after hearing about like the reviews with like Scary Hours too, I really think I think Certified Lover Boy might go diamond for real. I'm really standing on now.
I don't
Ooh.
think it's gonna happen, man. Like I don't, man.
He did a
It's
million off of 3 songs.
It's not gonna go diamond in a week. I can say that for sure. Like, will it go diamond over time? Maybe, but like to say that. Hold on, real quick, Lau. I think that it's gonna take time. I just don't see. And this album has to be like the album for Drake if he is to go diamond. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just think about the diamond albums that we have so far and how good they are. Like, not only can it be popularity that gets them there, but like there was also some other driving force, whether it be their debut album, whether it be one of their best albums. Like, it has to be something else. Like, the caliber has to be great.
But
Yeah.
I feel you on that. I totally agree. Like the caliber has to be great. But I think even from listening to Scary Hours too, the question was by people, is Drake falling off, right? And from hearing Scary Hours too, people were like, no, Drake is coming back. We're getting even a more improved Drake, right? Or the Drake that people want to hear that's more rapping as well. He sounded like he killed Scary Hours too. And that's the reason why it has 1 million in sales, pretty much. It's projected to go platinum.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Off three songs,
songs.
one song had leaked like probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. There were snippets of that first track, which I'm not a fan of personally, but that song was just trending around for a while on Twitter. Then next thing you know, you heard the snippet with one of the basketball players. That song gets leaked. Then you get the Scary Hours too. 1 million off 3 songs. What do you think of Drake album? What do you think if he had an album with 5 of those songs and then 5 of the other songs, right? That people love by Drake.
So,
You think that's not gonna go plat? That can easily do 5 to 10.
all right, so
Easily 5.
I think here's the context then. Do you think he'll go platinum week 1, or you think he'll go platinum in 2 weeks with his album?
Week 1.
Okay.
Easily.
Now, how do you think he'll go platinum week 1, Nigel?
No. No, man, no.
So you think he'll go platinum? So if you don't think he'll go platinum in week 1,
my bad. Platinum, yes. My bad, not diamond. Sorry.
Okay, so you think
so
you think he'll go platinum week 1?
Yeah, I think he'll go platinum like pretty much automatically. Yeah.
Okay. So how long do you think it'll take? I think this is the next question before he goes diamond then, because I'm in agreement with Nigel. I don't think he's going diamond week 1, and I also don't think he's going diamond in week 2. I think for him to go diamond, it'll have to be some shit like 50, like within the same year. Because I'm telling you, to go diamond in week 1, my God, that would be, man, that's astronomical.
Yes,
that's like you becoming a millionaire overnight. You know what I mean?
My thing is, if he has Drake went diamond before?
No, he's never went diamond.
So why would he go diamond now? Is my question. Like, what's different? What's different from before that would make him go diamond this time?
What's different than before? I think the main thing that is different right now is the fact that because of a pandemic as well, like, you have nothing but more time for people to listen to music. If he makes the music in a way that's more interactive for people, right? Or whatever he does, it doesn't matter how he packages it. People are going to listen to it as soon as it comes out, right? So if you have that Drake that puts out the records that he works whatever, if he works these 3 records, right? Some of these songs are becoming number 1 on Billboard or are projected to be within that top 5, top 10 on Billboard, right? I just see it like this. If someone could sell 1 million records off of 3 songs, and like I said, I may be a little too ambitious to say 10 million, right? But I guarantee you it's at least 5 in the first week, right?
I think that's ambitious too.
I don't think so. If you're selling 1 million, if you're going platinum off of, I don't even think his last album didn't go platinum, right?
No, it did.
First week.
Oh, in the first week? No. Yeah. I don't think in the first week, but I was gonna say it did go platinum, but not in the first week.
Yeah, it didn't go platinum in the first week, right? But then he puts out 3 songs, and now it just automatically goes to platinum within a week. Like, I can say, if not diamond, he's going to get 5. I think he can do 5 million in the first week. I think it's very possible.
That's a lot of guesswork, man. Like, that's assuming that his next album is going to be fucking fire, essentially. Assuming that
disappointed.
I'm not saying that he has, but I'm saying that's a different type of fire. You know what I mean? Right. Like, that's not just like that's like greatness, like greatness. And the whole album, like, we'll see. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a great album. We're all gonna love it. All right, cool. Is it gonna be good enough to sell 5? I'll give you maybe 3. You know what I mean?
Boom. I was just about to say that. I said I could give like 2 to 3 million in week 1, which is that's a feat on its own. Yeah,
right. That's great. That's fantastic. Like, you know what I mean?
But like when you start saying like diamond or like 5 or 6 million, now in my mind, and this is not a knock on you or the hardcore Drake fans, but that's kind of like fantasy land now, because it's kind of like, holy shit, you're making 6 million fucking people buy your shit. At that point, if that happens, if Drake does get the 5 million, Drake doesn't need to rap anymore. This is his retirement. And he does because like you can't replicate that no more, because that would forever be his moment in his career. Yo, the dude sold 5 million plus week one. No one would ever top that in any genre of music. That's fucking crazy.
I agree with everything that you said up until like I wouldn't say he would need to retire or like there's nothing left. Like, granted, at that point you have hit like the Madonna or Michael Jackson stage, right? I agree there. But at the same time, it's someone that we haven't seen have a taper off at all. this is like the 11th year or 12, possibly 12th year since So Far Gone, which was when he started becoming the guy.
Yeah.
Like in year 12, he's like a Tom Brady at this point, right?
Yep.
Like
easily, yeah.
yeah, and we're still saying Tom Brady may become before he turns 48, he might win another Super Bowl, right? At 40, and he's going to be going into the next season at 44. Like someone like at Drake's status, he's never disappointed. He has literally a 10 or 12-year career, depending on when you want to start it from, right? From 2009 to 2021, he's literally he hasn't dropped off at all. And I just think from seeing that to seeing all the things that just the way he's pushed this album, the hopes that fans have had from when Certified Lover Boy was supposed to come out in January to where I get text messages from people when leaks come out. It's like yo, you got the new leaks of Drake. Like these, like it's this building anticipation for a Drake album that I've never seen before from us when we were at that age where when he was first coming out to even people that are like 8 or 9 years, maybe 6 or 7 years younger than us that are like with the same anticipation. Like we are seeing something that we've never seen from someone like Drake, man.
So
I'm telling you, 5 is possible.
For the record, what is your final number? And then, I want to hear what you had to say.
5.
Just 5 flat?
5 flat.
All right.
Well, I wanted
4
to
and a possible. I'll treat it like spades. 4 and a possible.
All right.
My last question is, if Certified Lover Boy, we're not talking about numbers now, but quality of the album ends up being so damn good that it's album of the year quality type shit, can we now put Drake in the space of, hey, does he supersedes Jay-Z?
No.
Nah.
I think it's always going to be an argument, even if this album is fantastic. You know what I mean?
So with this album, it just maintains the argument, but it doesn't have him going over Jay-Z, is what you're saying.
If he does a diamond in a week, we'll have to have a more serious conversation. You know what I mean? If that happens, like we'll talk then. You know, that's a lot.
Yeah. And granted, I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I'm gonna just be honest, no, because if he goes diamond, then there's another conversation. But even then, there's a whole conversation that could be had beyond that. But nah, because it's at the end of the day, Jay-Z put out an album, 2 or 3 years ago, with 20 years into the game, 20 plus years into the game since his first album. And people argue that it's one of his top albums of his whole career. So it'll always be a conversation, but it'll just be the thing of no matter how far you get Drake, I'm Jay-Z and I'm still progressing in other areas as well, along with still progressing with music. So, but it's just, I think we just gotta, at this point, it's just like a Jordan and LeBron type of thing. Like yo, you can compare who's the best, but at the end of the day, they're all in that GOAT conversation.
They're all royalty.
Yeah. Kind of like Megan and Prince Harry were. With Oprah.
I'll put it like this. Shouts out to the beautiful queen, Meghan Markle, even though technically speaking, she's not a queen in the royal family, but she's a queen in our eyes. Shouts out to Prince Harry. You know, he seems like a good guy and a guy that, you know, sees through a lot of bullshit that the royal family is probably doing. Shouts out to the royal family because they're actually, you know, they're a family that's living in wealth and they don't actually have to fucking work. So, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm not surprised that there's some racial things going on, and that's just the name of the game, unfortunately, when it's so dominated by one group of people within, because, you know, hey, we're going to stick to our own kind. We're going to keep the wealth within our group of people type shit. And you have that for decades, right? Way before fucking modern civilization. You know what I mean? We're talking about like medieval times when motherfuckers is running around with claymores and they're having wars with swords and shit. You know what I mean? Like this is way before our fucking time. And then you're telling me like, hey, in the 21st century, we're going to bring in a woman who's, who's black into the family, that's kind of like, oh shit, this is different. You know what I mean? So it's some people are going to accept it and be like, yeah, man, she's a good person for Prince Harry, and welcome to the family. And then there's some people that's going to have that stick up their ass. They're going to be like, oh, well, she's this and she's that, she's this, saying everything but what they really want to say. She's black. So I look at it like, I'm not surprised about it. It's unfortunate for Harry and Meghan Markle to go through what they're going through. And it's very unfortunate. But people shouldn't be surprised that's how the royal family is going to be when they've been a certain way for like centuries.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot that you said. Uh, well, I'll say this, right? Because it's very a touchy subject, nonetheless, right?
I mean, is it
Like,
really touchy, or is it just like people trying to be PR and PG? I didn't say anything insulting about them.
right.
I'm just saying like, yo, like this is it happens with black families as well. Everybody in the family is black, da da da. And then when they bring in a white person, man or woman, the black family is kind of like, whoa, like what the fuck is? Some of them are going to be like, hey, you good for my daughter, you good for my sister or brother, son. So you cool, you part of the family. And then there's going to be some people that's going to be like, oh, how you going to go with a white woman, or how you going to go with a white man? That's just how it is when it's been one way for so fucking long. Some people are cool with breaking the tradition, and some people got that stick up their ass, man.
What I'll say is what I'll say is that, like, me and Lyle, you've interracially dated, and so have I. And like, it's one of those things where, like, I'm not surprised that this is happening in today's day and age at all. It's unfortunate that it still happens. I don't expect much else on that level of like status. But like at the same point in time, like, yeah, it's definitely something that you would hope in 2021 will be passed, but we're not. People are still racist. I'm pretty sure people have a lot of evidence of that. And that's just is what it is. It's fucked up. I'm not saying it's right. Definitely. It's sad that she has to deal with that, and it's good that they've chose to deal with it less in I guess the fashion that they have. It shouldn't be surprising, but it's not something I think to scoff at either, because like this isn't something that people should have to deal with, even though we know the ways of the world. It shouldn't be that way.
Through any situation, right? You'll have people that are able to be there to aid you in whatever you're going on in, right? And the treatment and the feelings that she had and the treatment that she had to endure, I think it's at least beautiful that she was able to have somebody else to be there. Like I heard something where like Tyler Perry went as far as to I think like provide security or something for them as well. So like, I mean, it's because it's like because at the end of the day, despite leaving the royal family, you're still royal. You're still royalty. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, hopefully the good members of the family, or that kingdom or whatever, queendom, since it's ran by the queen, hopefully everything gets fixed out and everybody comes together and realize like, hey guys, let's just cut the bullshit. It's all bullshit. Or so.
Yeah, a lot of people were watching that this week, and next week we have the Falcon and Winter Soldier about to premiere on Disney Plus. I know, Lyle, you're looking forward to that. Spence, you're not really into the whole superhero thing, but maybe you might want to get on Disney Plus and get into the know with us.
For the people who liked WandaVision, my prediction that this show is going to be a lot better than that.
Yep.
This seems like it has a lot more action. It seems like it might be some type of fucking conspiracy-based shit going on, because that's how it is for the Captain America things, like double agents, triple agents type shit. So I think it's going to be good. They'll probably pull out some more lore for the Captain America shit, but not to be too deep into it. I think it's going to be a dope show. I'm eager to check the shit out, and hopefully it's a good first episode, or how many ever episodes they decide to release on week one.
I have to check it out like when I get some time, because it sounds like I didn't realize it was a TV series. It was going to be a series.
Yeah.
At first, initially I thought it was like a movie when I saw the ad for it or trailer for it, but I'll definitely make sure I check it out. like right now I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been stuck on
Snowfall.
So.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. I need to watch Snowfall too. I just been watching other stuff, but Snowfall is definitely one of the ones it's on my list to watch. So I want to check it out for sure.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I wish I could. There's a good conversation to have about the show, but I can't really say too much until you guys watch it. But
All
yeah,
right.
Do you
I'll
think
definitely make sure to check it out.
so? Do you think like it's like worse, better than Power? Like where do you put it in your structure of shows?
As of right now, it's better than Power.
Mm.
Like it's it's been better than Power probably since its beginning for real.
Mm.
Is it
Like,
better than Empire? That's the real question.
Hooky.
no
Yeah,
comment.
yeah.
No comment. I mean, we know the hierarchy when it comes to these shows. So
So better than Power, but not better than Empire. You heard it,
Empire.
listeners. You heard it here first.
I
That's
think
just the
50
way it
Cent
goes.
answered that. Man, I think 50 Cent answered that question by making Power, man. But
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna hold you. Like I would say it depending on how they're able to do this season of Snowfall. I think there's a high I'm not gonna say a high, but there is a probability that if they can keep this going now that John Singleton's passed, because this is the first season without him, that this could be one of those shows that's in contention to be that deserves the right to be in the conversation of like The Wire and stuff like that. Like it's just a different show. It's just one of those shows where you have to watch it and it pulls you in every single episode. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. That's on you. But
So do you think it's all right? So the reason why I'm going to ask this question because when you're talking about like The Wire it receives high critical praise and it's
absolutely.
one of the best TV shows in TV history, right? And do you think Snowfall should be in a contendership with shows like The Stranger Things, which has taken over, multiple awards and critical praise, blah blah blah. As you know, they're two different type of shows,
Right.
you know what I mean, like two different genre of shows. So do you believe that Snowfall is in that realm, kind of like, hey, like it deserves its Emmys and all that shit like that too?
Yeah, from like an award standpoint, yeah. Like
Well, fuck the awards because we know the awards can be rigged.
well,
and
accolades.
Right.
Accolades more.
Yeah.
Like from an accolade standpoint, I believe it should be. I think, or it should be in contention to be in that conversation as well.
Okay.
And I mean, we know how these things work. Like, fortunately, we're seeing things change. But Damon Idris his acting on the show has been really great so far. It's been great from the beginning all the way to now. I think it just creates it creates a different conversation just because like this is essentially parts of it's based on a true story. So it deserves those accolades. I think it just really depends. I think the determining factor is going to be how this season goes because it's very chaotic so far.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like certain questions can only be answered by how the season ends. So if the season, depending on how the season ends and they're able to tie it in because the first episode of season 4 starts off crazy, then we may have a conversation of, okay, this show is something special, even though John has passed. Like you guys might not be familiar, but one of these great Black authors, Walter Mosley.
Okay.
He's actually one of the writers on the show. So you're taking one of these Hall of Fame, critically acclaimed authors, Black authors, and now he's one of the writers, one of the primary writers for the show, or like a big influence on the show. You just get something that's totally different than what you see. And I think it just depends on how they really tie this season in to let us really know how far, well, if they deserve those accolades. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Damon Idris, his acting is phenomenal. Like he's one of those other kids that you say, oh, he's one of that next, he's out of that next era, right? The Daniel Kaluuyas, the Michael B. Jordans, like they all they show their respect to him. because some people consider him to be like the next Denzel Washington, or like in that space of like the evolution of an actor. I don't want to say the next Denzel.
I was gonna say the next Denzel is his son, bro.
Yo, I keep forgetting about his. Yo,
his son is a damn good actor.
Yeah, he is a good
Facts.
actor, man.
Yo.
He's been in a few good movies at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Klansman movie that he did?
Yep. Saw
No.
Black Klansman.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I heard that one was good. And I'm also hearing the one with Zendaya. You know, that was a good movie too.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one though.
Yeah, I still want to watch it. I still want to watch it. I was actually watching one of these cooking videos the other day, and it was really dope. The chick was actually cooking, and when she was cooking, she was playing just that conversation from that movie, one of the conversations from that movie. So I'm definitely gonna watch it. I might actually check it out today if I get some time. So,
well, it looks like we are done, listeners. We don't have anything else to really say. Do you guys have anything to say before we head out of here?
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is, listeners, we so I know I can't remember if we said it or not, but we were supposed to do the MMA rankings post. Well, something has happened where we had to call audible. And, you know, sometimes you have to call audible to win the championship game. And we're about to win the championship game with this audible we just called. So, listeners, by the time this episode comes out and you're listening to this or watching the clips on YouTube and shit, we are now officially going to be posting the MMA rankings, our MMA rankings. And it seems to be like people are paying attention to us when we talk about MMA stuff. You know, whether they agree or not, who gives a fuck? The fact that they pay attention is important. So, and it helps build conversation, and it also helps build credibility, because it goes to show like, hey, these guys are paying attention to it, so they kind of know what the fuck they're talking about. They're not just blowing smoke. So look out for our MMA rankings posts. We're by now, by the time you listen to this, you should have already seen the welterweight one, and let us know what you guys think for the MMA fans. Also, make sure you always review and fucking like our shit and subscribe to it and leave comments and stuff like that, because it just helps bring awareness and all that. So that's all I have to say for the end of the episode.
well, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I don't have much to say. Like Lau said, keep you guys keep liking, subscribing, conversate, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? We like constructive criticism, as well as like you sharing your opinions on what we say. Maybe we can have a nice dialogue. So, I mean, there's not much more to say. Drink your water. If you're somewhere cold, bundle up. If you're somewhere hot, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you got your mask on. So that's all I got to say.
As far as like listeners and, you know, different comments and whatnot that we get, you know, definitely if you don't agree with us, if you agree with us, if you know, want to show some love, if you want to show some hate, you know, all of it's welcome. You know, we'll respond to some of it. You know, if you're just hating, you know, fuck you, you know, like that's pretty much that. Listen, subscribe to us.
Everybody.
We are on, what do you say?
No, I was gonna say everybody got a right to an opinion, right?
Nah, fuck them. They can, but if they're not, if you like us, you can follow us at Highly Advised on Instagram, Highly Advised Podcast on Instagram. You can follow us at Advise Highly on Twitter, Highly Advised Podcast on YouTube. Please follow us all. You know, follow Big Cozy, Too Cozy. You know, where, you know, if you want to hear him, you want to hear that. Come on now. Follow Saints.Kitch, KITCH. You know what I mean? Nah, he cooks food. I got him. It's all good. I got it. He doesn't have to speak.
A rule of thumb that someone once gave me. They said when you walk into the room, you want someone else to announce you. So keep doing your job, kid. You're doing good.
Thank you. I got this. Thank you. You can follow me at relaxandnoji_Jackson everywhere. And if you can't find me, that's all good. Find me somewhere, or, you know, just, you know, hit the bat signal. I'll be somewhere, you know.
Throw a soccer ball at them.
Throw a soccer ball at us, you know, anything. You guys have been highly advised. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for our time, or your time. Have a good one.
You've been highly advised.